Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into today's tutorial on product design and visualization in Blender, I want to share an incredible online platform that can really level up your creative workflow. Meet Pacify AI, an AI-powered tool that lets you create professional packaging, mock-ups, and product photos in minutes. No design skills needed. It's fast, easy, and perfect for creators and online sellers. All you have to do is type a prompt describing the packaging you want, and Pacify's AI will generate high-quality visuals for your product in just minutes. Pick your favorite design, then click the Background AI button to generate stunning scenes around your product. Choose a background, hit Generate, and your product shot is ready in seconds, in crisp 2K quality. You can also customize your design in the 3D editor. You can change the product mock-up, adjust the die line, add text, shapes, or colors, and even create custom logos using the image generator. It's fast, easy, and fully creative. Ready to level up your product visuals? Try Pacify AI today and use my exclusive promo code to get a special discount. The link is in the description. Don't miss out. First, let's design the perfume bottle. Press Shift-A and add a cube object. Move the cube 1 meter up along the Z-axis. Press Tab to enter edit mode. Press numpad 3 to switch to side view. Press S, then Y to scale the cube along the Y-axis. Go to the Modifiers tab and add a subdivision surface modifier. Set the viewport subdivision level to 4. Press Ctrl R to add a loop cut and move it down along the Z-axis. Add another loop cut and move it up along the Z-axis. Now add a loop cut in the middle, then press S followed by X to slightly scale it along the X-axis. Switch to face selection mode, select the top face, and press I to inset it. Press numpad 1 to switch to top view, then scale the face along the X-axis to make it square. Now press E to extrude the face upward along the Z-axis. Add 2 loop cuts, moving one to the top and the other to the bottom. Then select the top face and press Delete to remove it. Go back to Object Mode, right-click and choose Shade Smooth. Apply the Subdivision Surface Modifier. Next, add a Solidify modifier to give the bottle thickness. You can set the thickness value to your preferred amount. Enable the Even Thickness option, then apply the modifier. Switch to Edit Mode and go to Top View. Select the 4 faces at the base of the bottle's interior. Press Z and switch to Wireframe View. To expand the selection, press Ctrl and plus. This way, the inner faces of the base will be selected. Let's enable the Proportional Editing tool. When we press G to move the selected inner face, you'll notice that the outer faces also move along with it. To prevent this, enable the Only Selected option in the Proportional Editing tool. Now, move the selected faces along the Z-axis and press S to scale them slightly inward. We're doing this to make the base of the bottle thicker. Alright, now let's model the spray part of the bottle. Switch to Solid mode and back to Object mode. Add a cylinder object. Go into Edit mode, press S to scale it down, and move it up along the Z-axis. Don't forget to disable the Proportional Editing tool afterward. Switch to Wireframe View, select the top face, and move it slightly downward along the Z-axis. Select the top face, press I to inset it slightly, then press E to extrude. Inset the new face again, and extrude once more. In Edge, select Mode, hold down Shift-Alt and select all 3 edge loops. Press Ctrl-B to add a bevel to the edges. Add a loop cut to the bottom cylinder and move it down along the ZE axis. Switch to Face Select Mode and while holding Alt, select the face loop at the bottom. Press E, then S to extrude the selected faces outward along their normals. Press Ctrl R and scroll the mouse wheel to add horizontal loop cuts. Select every other face loop and press E, then S to slightly extrude them outward. Now let's add horizontal loop cuts on the upper cylinder. Open Edit, Preferences, go to the Add-ons tab and search for loop tools in the search box. If it's not already enabled, go ahead and activate the add-on. Let's select these faces. Right-click and choose Circle from the Loop Tools menu. This will reshape the selected faces into a perfect circle. In the lower left panel, disable the Flatten option. Press E to extrude the faces inward slightly. Now, switch to Object Mode, right-click, and choose Shade Auto Smooth to smooth the surface. Alright, now let's create the tube mechanism inside the bottle. Switch to Wireframe View and add a cylinder object to the scene. Go into Edit mode, scale it, and move it upward along the Z-axis to a suitable position. Select the bottom face, press I to inset, then E to extrude, and S to scale it down. Switch to Object Mode and add a path curve. Go into Edit mode and rotate it 90 degrees. Press A to select all control points, right-click, and choose Subdivide. In the lower left panel, set the number of cuts to 10. Go to the Curve Data Properties tab, open the Geometry panel, and increase the depth value to give the curve thickness. Now enable proportional editing to shape the tube. To get a smoother curve, set the resolution preview value to 24. You can delete any excess control points if needed. Finally, let's model the top cap. Switch to Object Mode and Solid View. Add a cube, go into Edit mode, and resize it accordingly. In front and side views, add 2 loop cuts each and adjust them into place. Select the center face and extrude inward to create a hole in the middle of the cap. Switch back to Object Mode, press the / key to isolate the cap. Go to the Modifier tab and add a Bevel Modifier. Set the amount to 0.02, segments to 4, and change Mitre Outer to Arc. Under the Shading panel, enable Harden Normals. Press the / key again to bring back the rest of the model. Alright, now let's visualize our perfume bottle using shading. Press Z and switch to Rendered View. Go to the Render Properties tab and make sure the render engine is set to Cycles. Cycles is ideal for realistic product visualization because it accurately calculates light reflections and refractions on surfaces. In the viewport, set the maximum samples value to 32. This allows for faster previews and smoother navigation while working. For the final render, set max samples to 256 and enable the denoise option. This increases render time, but it helps achieve a more realistic result. For lighting, we'll use an environment texture. Go to the World Properties tab, click the color input, and choose Environment Texture. Then click Open and load an HDRI image. HDRI images provide realistic lighting and reflections in 3D scenes, as they contain both extremely bright and dark light information captured from real environments. Now, select the perfume bottle and go to the Material Properties tab. Click New to add a new material. For the surface shader, choose Glass. If we set the roughness value to 0, we'll get a clear glass appearance. Rename the material to Glass. Next, select the top cap, assign the glass material from the list, and click the number 2 icon to make it a separate material. The number 2 means this material is being used by 2 objects. Set the roughness value to 0.2. Now select the tube inside the bottle, assign the glass material, click the 2 icon again to make it independent, and set the roughness to 0.3. Next, select the spray part and click New to create a new material. Choose a metallic shader, set the base color to a yellow tone, and set roughness to 0.15. Click the plus icon to add a new material slot and create another new material. Set the roughness to 0.1. In the outliner, temporarily hide the top cap by clicking the eye icon. Enter Edit Mode, select the specific faces, and click Assign to apply the last material to them. Switch back to Object Mode, select the spray part again, and assign the same material from the list. Alright, now let's create the perfume liquid inside the bottle. Press Z and switch to solid view. Select the perfume bottle, then press the / key to isolate the bottle. Enter Edit Mode and switch to top view. Select the inner faces right at the center. Switch to wireframe view and press Ctrl+ repeatedly to extend the selection to the level you want the liquid to fill. Press Shift-D to duplicate the selected area, then press S to scale it down slightly inward. Press P and choose Selection to separate this area as a new object. In the outliner, rename this new object to Liquid. Switch to Object Mode, select the liquid object and isolate it. Change to Solid View and enter Edit Mode. Hold Alt and select the top edge loop. Press F to create a face to close the top. Go back to Object Mode and press / to exit isolation and reveal the rest of the scene. With the liquid object selected, switch to Rendered View and open the Material Properties tab. Click the number 2 icon to make the material independent. Set the IOR, Index of Refraction, to 1.4 for the liquid. Choose a light yellow color for the perfume liquid. Now, it's time to add our brand's label to the product. For this, you need a logo design in JPEG or PNG format. Switch back to Solid View. Press Shift-A, go to Image, and select Mesh Plane. Import your logo image from your computer. Press Z and switch to Material Preview mode. As you can see, this imports any image into Blender as a mesh plane. Rotate the plane 90 degrees on the X-axis, then move it upward on the Z-axis. Switch to Front View, then position and scale the label as desired. Press Ctrl-A and apply Scale and Rotation transforms. This step is crucial, or the Shrinkwrap Modifier won't work correctly in the next step. Since our bottle surface is curved and oval-shaped, we'll use the Shrinkwrap Modifier to make the label fit perfectly. First, the plane needs enough vertices and geometry. Enter Edit Mode, press Ctrl-R to add loop cuts both horizontally and vertically for more detail. Next, add a Shrinkwrap Modifier to the plane. Set the wrap method to project. For the axis, choose +Y. Set the target object to the bottle mesh. This will wrap the label onto the bottle surface. To make the text more visible, hold Shift and slightly increase the offset value. Now switch to Object Mode and go to Rendered View. It looks great. Select the plane and open the Material Properties tab. Set the roughness value to 1. This will make the logo text more visible. There's another issue. The logo is reflecting on the inner surface of the glass. To fix this, with the label selected, go to the Object Properties tab, open the Visibility panel, and disable Transmission. Now it looks much better. It's time to render the scene. First, go to the Render Properties tab, open the Film panel, and enable Transparent. This hides the environment texture in the render background, but still uses its lighting information. Next, let's create the ground and background. Add a plane and enter Edit mode to scale it up. Select the back edge and extrude it along the Z-axis. Select the corner edge, press Ctrl-B and scroll the mouse wheel to add a bevel. Go back to Object mode, right-click the plane and select Shade Smooth. Open Material Properties, add a new material to the plane and change the surface shader to Glossy. Set the roughness to 0.3 so the perfume bottle will cast reflections on the ground. Now, let's add a camera to the scene. Press Ctrl-Alt-Numpad 0 to align the camera to your current viewport. Go to Output Properties and set both the X and Y resolution to 2160 pixels, making the aspect ratio 1:1. Click the lock icon next to the camera transform to lock the view to the camera. Select the bottle and adjust the camera's position using Pan, Zoom and Rotate until you find a good angle. When finished, unlock the camera view by clicking the camera icon again. Go to World Properties and reduce the environment texture strength to 0.6. Add a spotlight to the scene and position it behind and to the side of the bottle, facing the camera. Select the green light icon and set the power to 1000 watts. Set the radius to 1 meter. Rotate the light on the X-axis so it shines on the bottle. Back in Render Properties, under Color Management, set the contrast to medium-high contrast for a better final look. Now go to the Render menu and click Render Image. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next tutorial.